I don't normally watch YouTube videos on World of Tanks, but when I do, I watch 4 at once. I've watched so many videos, I even discovered a couple of new channels. What is up today? We're going to talk about the community reaction to Crew2.0 and World of Tanks Plus. Now I've already observed that there are 3 kinds of reactions to Crew2.0 and World of Tanks Plus, largely negative I might add, and led by the biggest content creators with the largest communities. Now this is not without some pushback from a very small part of the community who think that wargaming is just doing more of whatever it's always been doing and we shouldn't be making such a big deal out of it. Now today's video is directed to those of you who are still yet unconvinced or have not picked a side on the issue. So let's break it down. We got the first group, the biggest content creators that typically have the largest number of subscribers and followers. They stream, they make YouTube videos, they play this game a lot, and in fact this is their primary source of sustenance. Literally and figuratively, they have made a living mastering every aspect of the game. On top of that, they have teams of paid and unpaid crew that support their endeavors. They create tools and services that aim to enrich the larger community. You, the average Joe pleb, can access these tools and services for free, and invariably these tools and services help you navigate this game more comfortably. Now this group of content creators add value to the community at large with their years of knowledge and experience. Because they play this game far more than the average Joe pleb, they have gathered greater amounts of experience and have farther insights into the intricacies that make up the game we all love. Now I tend to lean on these guys for accurate information. They present their case, they show the numbers, they hypothesize some theories. They're pretty convincing when they back up what they say with some facts and figures. Hell, sometimes they even throw in some in-game demonstrations. What kind of DPM is actually possible? What kind of accuracy is actually achievable? What kind of camouflage valuables what kind of camouflage values are even possible? What kinds of speeds are even phantomable? Now, sometimes these demonstrations can be a little bit extreme. They are a little bit extreme. They're purposely extreme, just to demonstrate how far you can push the boundaries of all these new stats and things that are changing. So you've got to keep your mind open, and you've got to accept that these content creators are trying to create a scenario where it is almost impossible for the normal game to achieve, but still possible to achieve, but not 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, the instance where the Badger with 6000 DPM doing module damage every 2 shots, it does not happen all the time. It doesn't even happen 80% of the time. It might happen once every 10 games that you play, but the fact that it can happen and it will happen is the point the content creator was trying to make. Now, as I was saying, on the broader side of things, this group, this first group of ultra content creators, they're presenting a well thought out argument. They've prepared lengthy research. They cut and edit their videos, at the same time successfully projecting their thoughts in a clear and concise manner. That is the first group of content creators. Now let's move on to the second group of content creators, the second kind of reaction that I've seen on Crew2.0 and World of Tanks Plus. This second group of content creators, they are the complete opposite of the first group. They have a small subscriber base and following, but they're also recognized by wargaming as content creators. When all this shit was going down, they largely just kept silent. They make no content to say where they stood on this issue. Hell, some of them were even privately supportive of World of Tanks and World of Tanks Plus and Crew 2.0. Some even made content to this effect and then later had to remove it and delete it because they were getting backlash from their communities. Now, these are the content creators that don't want to step on wargaming's shoes. They might have had some objections, but they were never going to make any public stand about them. I totally understand how a small content creator would be more reserved in their opinions. On one hand, they're vying for some attention, but at the same time, you don't want to be involved in any kind of negative drama that could, jeopardize your standing. So I totally get why this second group of content creators exists with this kind of basically no reaction. Now there's a third kind of content creator, and these are the ones that I want to address today. They are the hecklers, the contrarians. They're the Russell Brand wannabes. They listen to the Jordan Peterson podcasts. They're the ones buying the Nugenics Total T and Focus Factor supplements. When when they don't have a coherent argument, they will say, "I'm just asking the questions here." They will say that wargaming is doing more of the same and we shouldn't be overreacting to all of this. They will even accuse content creators of playing this game for years with their OP tanks and their OP crew and their OP bond equipment, bounty equipment, experimental equipment, field modifications, and shit all over the Joe plebs. And now suddenly Crew 2.0 and World of Tanks Plus is crossing the line. They put on the tinfoil hats and they have a theory about pay to win RNG. Buy a new tank and you will win 80% of your games in the first week of owning this tank. Yeah, those guys. Some of them even open up spreadsheets and declare Crew 2.0 is only 0.3% overall improvement to the current crew system. They claim that you can already do 99% today of what Crew 2.0 will bring. This is such a retarded claim. Now, I'm just going to debunk this theory with just one new crew skill. Okay, just one. It's called practicality, which decreases the cooldown time of your repair kit or your med kit by 15%. Now this means your repair kit or your med kit will take around 76 seconds to cool down instead of the regular 90 seconds. This one commander perk alone is already better than the supposed overall only 0.3% improvement. Now, just for the sake of argument, let's take another perk example, this time from a gunner. Snapshot, reducing turret traverse dispersion by 15%. The new snapshot is going to be double what it used to be. It used to be like 7.5%, right? Reduce turret dispersion while moving, while you're turning your turret, it's going to be double. It would literally mean the effect would literally mean like mounting a new vertical stabilizer. That is the effect of the new snapshot skill or perk, you want to call it. You're telling me that is only a 0.3% improvement of the current system? This is only one skill. How retarded you are to be a popular content creator making these kinds of retarded claims. These content creators, they don't take their position seriously like a real job. This content creator thing, it's just a side hustle. I'm a VC IRL. What they're doing is they're creating some fake outrage at perceived enemies they imagined in their heads. When you call them out, they will say, "Oh man, this is just entertainment. Why you butthurt, bro? We're just having a little fun here. I'm just asking some questions here. My community wants to know these answers." Yeah. Listen carefully. When you are picking the content creators that you follow, that you worship, that you support, pick them carefully. Figure out what they're about. Are these guys putting in the time? Are they putting in the hours into the game? Or are they just firing up their OBS and doing a one-take video and speaking off the cuff and telling it like it is? So they say, I'm reaching out to those people who follow these content creators. If you don't agree with other content creators or any point or subject, that's okay. If you have a point of view that's against the run of play, that's okay too. If you're on a lonely road and everyone else is going the other way, you gotta ask yourself, are you Steve Jobs? Are you Nikola Tesla? Do you have some kind of insight that the rest of the world failed to see? When people say, I do my own research, and they are listening to Alex Jones, come on, man. You've got to think about, they're not listening to Malcolm Gladwell. Are you increasing your knowledge, or are you just adding more chaos into your orbit? So anyway, this is for those guys that are on the fence, who have not taken a side, and you're just like me. You are looking at a lot of videos, and you're looking at people's what they think about the situation, their research, their input. Pick someone to believe that is not just convincing by the way they talk, but that they've put in the hours of work, who play this game 5, 6, 7 hours a day instead of those guys that play 5, 6 hours a month. Believe the guys that are playing at high levels, that are super professional in their gameplay, that know what they're doing in every map that they are playing in. I would rather believe those guys than believe some schmuck that has a 46% win rate. So think about who you're following and who you're believing on this issue on World of Tanks Plus or Crew 2.0. You can have an opinion, but do your own research, I guess. But anyway, that is what I thought. That is my thoughts about the community reaction to Crew 2.0 and World of Tanks Plus. I thought it was kind of interesting. This kind of caught my attention a bit because I was doing this research myself and looking into a lot of point of views from all kinds of people, and I was like trying to figure out, why do some people try to get attention by riling up the community with all kinds of bullshit theories and all kinds of nonsense that just isn't correct, but they sound kind of convincing, they sound kind of truthful just by the way that they are presenting their arguments. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's what my thoughts are. Tell me what you think anyway, and how do you feel about what's going on. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.